And we are back. Real quick, we did find out, Sam told me, that we can go and look at the YCOM to see what our last notification was.
Yeah.
And we did find that Curyu or whatever the guy's name is. We did see that. That was there, and that's how we figured out the name. But
we still think we have to go to the person to unlock the Pokedex, which feels a little backwards, but I get it at the same time. If you've never seen those Pokemon, why would it be in your Pokedex? But also,
isn't that how the Pokedex works, though?
Yeah, but you would also think that their scientists right here, why are they not able to just put it in? Oh, I hate Diggersby too. It's fine. I would pick the Bell. I do the Steel with Psychic type.
I don't know if I like its moves.
Oh, then do Diggerbee then. Diggerbee's got some good moves.
Yeah. It was between Barbarical.
Yeah. You've seen Diggerbee before. We've caught it before. And it's not that bad. It's just the color scheme. There's just some certain Pokemon that I'm not really a big fan of their color palettes.
Steel
I think that a couple of them, I know I'm not gonna harp on specific ones, but I think Arthur's color palette's not a big fan of, or Diggerbee's. I don't think their designs are that bad. I'm not 100% sold on the color direction.
I don't immediately remember what it looks like, so I'm curious to see. I think I like its.
We've seen it before, but it's been a long time. I think I like its digging
ears, but yeah. I'd like to see it.
Do you remember it now?
Yeah.
Very beginning of the game, you would run into them.
I don't know if I remember it, but I mean, it's kind of cool with its grabby ears.
It's all right. I think I really like Bunnelby. I like its first cute form. It's the same thing with what's it called?
We just need a big Chungus.
It's like Greedent as well. I really like their unevolved forms. I think they're Scovet. I think is cute as hell. And then I'm just not a big fan of their evolved forms. I don't know.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
He almost fucking crushed me.
He's all right, and he's growing on me. But
he's goofy.
Yeah, he's goofy. It's fine. As I said, there's always going to be
fucking bigger I am than him.
The cool thing, it's a bug versus a bunny.
God damn.
At the end of the day,
just look how fucking much. I know it's partially the angle too, but god damn.
Yeah, no, you're huge compared to it. I mean, at the end of the day, there's always going to be Pokemon that I'm not going to be as big a fan of, and there's always going to be Pokemon that I am a big fan of, and that's kind of the cool thing about Pokemon. There's so many that...
There's going to be one you like. There's going to be a couple you love. There's going to be some you fucking hate.
Yeah. I mean, that's just art in general. And I don't envy the designers that have to make these games because...
That's not an easy task.
No, it's not. We deal with bad comments all the time, and I can only imagine the hate mail they sometimes get for you're ruining Pokemon. Chill out.
We're talking about it as a bunch of fucking grown-ass men playing Pokemon on a couch for a YouTube channel. Take that into context.
I'm also just taking it from my context as an artist and what I would like to see.
Because I'm Dynamax.
But at the same time, I respect the decisions of all the designers, and I would never call them lazy for doing something. I think some people have misconstrued I hate the they thought, you're calling them lazy. It's no. I'm saying I disagree with their art design choice. That's not lazy. There's a big difference between the two.
I think that's appropriate. Yeah. Centiskorch, get the fuck out of here.
Just if another artist is I don't like your take on how you draw. It's that's fair.
There's 1,000 people out there
you think
doing
I
the same exact pose and character and everything.
Yeah.
They would love to have you love their art.
Yeah.
I mean, I recommend you go to them.
And I've said, I love the lead artist who works on these games. I like the art director. I follow him on Twitter and actively like his stuff.
There's just so many Pokemon.
There's so many Pokemon.
You can't get too hard off on one of them being not what you like. It's for someone. It's for someone.
Someone liked it. Someone designed it. Someone had to have liked it.
Mm-hmm. So we're fighting
a dragon. Oh, that's gonna be tough.
Oh yeah, none of those back ones are gonna be good. I'm thinking dark.
Isn't ground?
Because water, I can't even go to ground. Electric and water only do half to it. I don't know what dark does, but I think electric and water only do half to dragon.
Yeah.
Electric, water, fire, grass, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think those
so.
4 elements.
I'm gonna pull up the thing. Yeah. If my phone will let me log in.
You have to log into your phone? Oh, it's the big boy!
When my finger thing doesn't work because it's
I thought
dirty.
You could log in with a Google account.
No, there's on this Motorola, there's a button on the back that if I just put my finger on it, it's read my fingerprints, but sometimes it's dirty. So it's like, oh, you need to clean this off before it'll lit you, or like you smudged it, now unsmudge it, or yada. It's 99% consistent, but every once in a while.
I really like Crocodile's design.
Oh yeah,
being like a
bandit
cool. and a crocodile. It's bipedal, but it definitely doesn't feel like a human equivalent, you know?
I am going back to that Polygon article because while I respect the people that make those giant charts, and I know there's a way to read them, like the one that you printed out.
The A and B, or what, the X and Y axis charts?
I have so much trouble reading that when all I really want is something like this, where it's like Pokemon strengths and weaknesses, where it's like, it's a bug type, it's super effective attack-wise against this. Damage, it's going to take more from this. Like, that's what I want.
And I think True Green mentioned too, like on Bulbapedia, their stuff is in the middle, and I don't know how it visibly reads because you're the one looking at it. So.
Yeah,
but he said all the weaknesses
charts
and stuff will be in the middle.
Yeah, and I appreciate that. I don't know, just something about my brain. And I appreciate the commenters that have been helping us out. It's just like I look at that chart and go like, all right, scroll down, look, wait, is this the weakness or is this effective?
And a dragon is always on the farthest side away from everything, so you're trying to go through the charts.
The issue too is if it's not printed out and it's on your phone, you're like, wait a minute, I'll scroll back. Wait, was that the line that had the dragon, or is the dragon up here? If I scroll out too fast, it's too far zoomed out, so now I can't read it anymore because for some reason they use the type icons on the left side, but they don't use it for the top. I don't know why.
I do the same thing on like Google Sheets or something like that, where you're looking like at a spreadsheet. Yeah. And you're like, wait, is that same line like the one that was all the way on the left? And you try and like look through. So generally, like with those ones, I'll have like a gray line and a white line and a gray line and a white line and a gray line and a white line, so you can at least follow across. Because if they're all white or one color,
it makes it really hard. You have to change.
Did I shift up or down one row on accident?
I almost kind of wish they did a color coordinator where like, hey, this is the dragon Pokemon. It's because they all have different colors for their types.
What would they look like when the axes meet though?
Well, I don't know when for the axis meeting, like that would be hard. I think you would leave that the same, but at least if there's one line that's consistent, like, okay, this is the dragon line. And then maybe when the colors...
that would only work on one axis.
Well, no,
because then the other axis going down would change it, right?
If they're at a lighter hue, they would actually blend together. So if you have their opacities set to like, say dragon, which is blue, and you have a crossing with fairy, which is pink, that would make a different color if the opacities are set at a slightly different value.
That might make sense to an artist.
Yeah.
But then you're looking at me. That does not make fucking sense.
I'm not saying it would make sense for everybody.
I get what you're saying in practice.
I don't envy people.
I just don't know how the fuck you would do that.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Yeah.
I do think that would help me out more visually, but I understand that, hey, I'm not trying to tell people in the Pokemon fan community what they need to and don't do. I'm just saying that this Polygon article literally lists like, hey, in one column it says the type. Another column says, what is it super effective against? It lists it out in text. And then what is it weak against? And lists out in text. That helps me a lot more.
That works for you because you're only scrolling up and down a tall list rather than across something that's put tall and wide.
So I'm going to thank that person that wrote that article specifically. Where are you at, yo?
That's good for a quick look. Definitely.
Exactly. Thank you, Jeff Ramos. If you wrote this, I appreciate you. You've made my life less crazy today, because I feel like Stitch where he just is trying to pull his eye sockets out of his face.
Hey man, if it works for you, it works for you. That's it. Like different charts, different things visually appeal or work for somebody, and it's like that's more legible for me. It's like, okay, well, I mean, probably like we were saying with the Photoshop stuff, with Photoshop and all the other stuff changing to one file format, it works for somebody.
Oh my god,
did not work for you.
I don't know who in his right mind it would work for, because every artist I've shown it to, they're like, yeah, that's really dumb. I was like, yeah, it's really dumb.
I fucking hate this.
I hate this. And I would get Toon Boom.
Oh, I think I'm going to go
But berries. I don't have the money to pay for a $500. Actually, I could pay for it. I don't want to pay $500 for a program.
Look at you, Mr. Moneybags.
Yeah. I could, but it wouldn't be a good use of my money, because I'd still be using Photoshop and I'd still be using all these other programs. I don't want to spend... because I wouldn't be making back the money, so it's like I'm spending all this money to learn Toon Boom. It's like I don't make this back. It's not worth it.
Yeah.
I'd rather just butt my head against the wall trying to figure out how to change the file type. If Windows would let me just... Man, I don't know what's with Windows. I own the computer, I built the computer, I put the motherboard together, and then I go and try and change folders in the registry, and they're like, you're not allowed to do this. It's like...
Oh, is it like you're not the administrator?
Yeah. No, but I am the administrator. There's only one account. But
no, but I mean, like, is that what it's saying?
It's exactly like that. It's like, you don't have permissions. Like, I can probably say this. Bitch, how do I not have permission?
I mean,
it's my computer.
It's a computer. Like,
I own
I don't think it's gonna get mad that.
What do you mean I
call
can't
it whatever
change
the fuck
folder?
you want. You can change its name.
Yeah,
you can change its name to bitch.
It's just like, and I don't mean that in a derogatory sense to anybody or any person. I just need to use an epitaph because I'm angry that my computer won't let me make changes to the registry because, like, we don't think you're capable of making this decision. It's like, I built 4 computers. I've done modding. I understand what to do. Give me the permission to change this .dll file. You could potentially screw up your computer. It's like, no.
I don't want it.
You don't have permission. It's like, I'm the administrator. And it's like, well, you have to go in and change permissions. Like, oh my God.
I'm your god now.
Pretty much. It's just like, oh man, Windows, why? Let me change shit. Just let me do it. If I screw it up, it's my computer. It's like, you'll get mad at us. Like, I promise I won't. I'll get mad at myself. Also,
sign this waiver.
I also created a restore point, so I'm fine if it does that. I'm fine if it messes up and it's like, you screwed something. It's like, then I'll fix it. I'll go into the BIOS and do a restore. I will change and reinstall the .dlls. Not a big deal. Oh no, your computer doesn't boot on. Well, it'll get to the BIOS at least. I'm not messing with the BIOS. I know what not to mess with.
Turn the overclock to 1,000%.
Oh my God. Because I just want to mod something for a specific game to add. What is it called? There's a certain program, Reshade.
Like shaders and stuff?
Yeah,
okay.
but for older games, you have to change some .dll files to make it work and be actually acceptable to the program without crashing it.
Is that kind of like how we did it with Final Fantasy 11?
It's for that specific game.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's for that same thing, and it's like a slight mod to it just to make it look nicer.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, cool. This is really easy. But Windows did an update at some point. It was just like, nah, you can't change that stuff anymore.
And they don't want you changing like deep program file type
exactly.
things.
It's like, this is a core to how this stuff is run. It's like, I know that.
I'm trying to save you.
But I want to be able to make this thing work, and it's honestly not going to impact anything on here, Microsoft. Just, if I'm the administrator on the computer, let me screw up my own shit on my own. If I'm going to break something, let me break it.
Let me fuck it up.
Let me mess it up.
I can only be bad at myself.
I can't. That's the thing.
Unless it's the motherboard that broke on its own.
Yeah,
then
well,
fuck
that
thing. What the hell is this?
It's Latios, but no Latias. So Latios and Latias.
I fucking hate this thing.
Yeah. So,
what the fuck is its face?
Yeah, Latios and Latias are from Ruby and Sapphire. I forgot that they were in that game.
Is it a wrestling plane? What the fuck is it? Max Rockfall.
Yeah, they started adding a lot of. This is where they started really get more simple.
It just looks really flat, man.
Yeah, it
like,
is
I'm sorry
flat.
if you guys love them. I don't care. But wow, it looks really flat.
So this was definitely on purpose for them to stylize something to be really simple. I'm not a big fan of Latios and Latias.
Love the way he Dynamaxes down with his hand slamming that. That's cool.
His animation's good.
It's
like
tight.
they make a deplorable Pokemon.
It looks like somebody painted a fucking gourd and stuck 2 sheets of try to make it into an airplane.
Yeah, it's kind of it, doesn't it?
And then just painted it. It doesn't even. What is going its hands have some depth to it.
Yeah.
They have kind of like their own little things, but the whole body just being one. Oh my god! I don't like it. I'm sure its art looks way better, but its model here.
So here's the original artwork.
Okay, those look cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, yeah.
As I've said, man, there's a lot of models in the Pokemon for Sword and Shield.
I think it definitely looks cool from the different angle with the top, where the blue kind of looks like it's on top of the white gourd body.
Yeah.
I can kind of see it too now. Okay.
Yeah.
No, that helps out seeing it from the different angles and stuff.
Actual, because this was always drawn in 3/4.
Seeing it from this angle looks fucking stupid.
It looks dumb.
Sorry.
I know. It looks way cooler in the original games, but they're like.
Wait, it's flying. How is Quake gonna do anything?
I think their ideas they're based on airplanes.
Yeah, no, I think that's what I really think that's what they're going for. It looked like it was wearing like a wrestler's outfit.
No, yeah, it totally does. Without the context of that Pokemon, it's like, what the heck is this? But I believe they were introduced in Ruby and Sapphire along with the Regis, and along with Kyogre and Groudon, which is the big Godzilla red Pokemon.
Gotcha.
And Kyogre or Kyogre. However you pronounce it,
I think I remember you saying it was Kyogre.
I say that, but there's no R before, so once again, it's probably like Kyogre or something like that. It's Kyogre.
Kyogre. I mean, it's KY and then ogre, right? Kyogre?
Like I said, everybody, I swear I have some form of dyslexia. I wouldn't be surprised.
I think you just see a name, you're like, fuck it, there's like 900 of these bitches. But yeah, that's fucking, you're Hamilton.
That's probably what it is. That's another thing too. I think it's also just like I quick read stuff, so I don't bother to take in the context of trying to figure out the phonetics.
I love that grandma that calls the, what's this Pokemon? I think it was Charmander, and she's like, Hamilton.
Jesus.
I'll just do, I guess, Max Quake.
But yeah, these are Dragon Psychics. They were introduced in Gen 3, like I remember. So yeah, there was 7 legendaries in the third one. This is when they started to do this is when Absol, which is the one that you really don't like, was introduced as well.
Absol or whatever
Absol.
it is. Yeah.
It's when I think a new artist started taking over after the second gen. So Ken Sugimori, I think, started taking on more a advisory role for the Pokemon games and less as art director, if I'm remembering the right person.
Clefable's fucking tanking it out for us.
This is my knowledge, is what I remember, but I think Ken Sugimori is one of the original artists, because there was a female artist. There was about 3-4 artists on the first Pokemon game, I think.
Really?
That did all the 150.
Jeez.
Yeah. Ken Sugimori is a Japanese video game designer, illustrator, manga artist, and director. He is best known as the primary character designer and art director for the Pokemon franchise. Sugimori is also credited with art direction for other titles, including Pulseman. I don't know what that is.
Yeah. Sounds cool.
But Sugimori was really known for the original artwork.
Yeah, where they're fat and cute and lovable. Yeah, fat Pikachu. Where you get to tickle his little tum-tum.
But I believe around this time when they were working on Ruby and Sapphire, he and the other art people had either moved on to other companies and / gone on to higher roles in the company, so they were employing new artists.
I see, yeah.
So Latias and Latios, I believe, were designed by one of the newer people that probably did Absol as well. Because it looks very different from Kyogre, and it looks very different from...
But still from the same gen.
But still from the same generation.
Okay.
So,
yeah, I see what you're saying, yeah.
I imagine those are by the same artists. I think our Pokemaniacs who follow would know way more than I do, so if you have more information
that
at your
look it up on Bulbapedia or something like that,
yeah,
too.
no, it's a rabbit hole.
Latios. See, it doesn't look as dumb from the under angle. It really looks stupid.
I think
that looks cooler.
The biggest problem is it's the Mickey Mouse problem, where Mickey Mouse was always
designed one way.
Exactly, he was designed in one perspective, and for the most part, they never really show him in different perspectives for the longest time. And in 2D, you could do tricks in order to make it always look good. But when you converted Mickey to 3D, those first original 3D things looked really bad. I think Kingdom Hearts was the first one to get it right. Because you look at the Disney Playhouse Mickey Mouse, the early 3D stuff, it looks weird. It looks not right and doesn't look right proportionally. But
I get you, yeah.
But then again, you look at the 3D model of Mickey in Kingdom Hearts 2 and you're like, no, that looks like Mickey. That works. I don't know what magic they did or what soft rendering, but they nailed Goofy, Donald, and Mickey and made them not look weird, which is not an easy task to do.
No, props to all the artists who were able to do. I've seen 4 iterations of the same thing, and each time it looks slightly different or slightly cooler. Something was just different where I'm like, oh, I like that. Or I really don't fucking like that. But they're all the same thing. Just different styles, different takes. That's
doing
cool.
3D models is hard.
I bet. We'll see you guys next time. Beep, bop, boop.
I do love that little artwork they designed in the bottom corner. I love those little cheer emotes to how it's all them happy or the different versions of it. It's really simple, but it's really fun.
I think it's highly stylized and it kind of gives it a little something because they're like, yeah, but then they show the pixel art.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, okay.
It's a cool
kind of a meshing
blend.
of things, yeah.
I dig it.